Yeah. Is that still playing now? Hello. So all the best laid plans. Just chasing the cat out of the way, and have we got rid of the cat? Right, we're secure. The cat's gone. Good evening, everyone. Gosh, 25 people. I was watching you all, and I wasn't actually doing my makeup. So there, you can't save an old leather like this, I'm afraid. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. The response this week's been absolutely amazing. I hope you can all hear me okay here in my virtual salon. So we've got loads this evening. I wanted to take you through like home treatments. Like one of the things that we can all do, or everybody can do, whilst we can't get to the salon, is like do some treatments on our hair. And one of the things I've been talking about with people is like having hair goals. And obviously the key thing to any style is having hair that's in great condition. And so this is kind of a really key time right now to, excuse me, to kind of take that time out that we don't normally have to do treatments on our hair to get it in really healthy condition, and all of those things, and blast away some of the myths. So hence the reason my lovely little display, and I kind of have obviously other brands of mayonnaise are available. Coconut oil, olive oil, and all of those things. But to explain a little bit kind of the theory behind those and why they may or may not work, and how that kind of relates to salon treatments. So what we need you to do this evening is all of the guys, the whole team are here. So say hello to them as well. You've got Carl, Chris, and Ben all in the chat room as well. So they'll be answering your questions to help me out as we go along as well. And then I'll be answering some questions at the end. If you want to ask a question, if you can help us out while I control this lovely thing. So I'll put that there. So if you put your questions in the comments section, but just to help us out so that we know it's a question, if you could put a couple of question marks at the beginning. I know that's very bad English and will irritate some people, but it just makes it easier for us to see the questions in the stream as it goes through. So the plan for this evening, I think I've sent out quite a lot of raffle tickets. So obviously we're going to do the raffle as well. And you can win some of these amazing prizes. You don't need to see me to see this. So if you entered the raffle, you should have received by email a raffle ticket if the wonders of technology have been working. You need to have those raffle tickets ready for the end when we're going to draw the raffle. So there's 3 prizes. There is the amazing Oway gift set, which we've also got on sale on the website at the moment, which is the candle, the detox hair bath, the fabulous oil. And then there's 2 of the treatment packages that I'm going to be talking about this evening as well. The mini Evo treatment package and the big one with the full big size tube. So there's 3 prizes to give away. We'll draw those at the end. Make sure you've got your raffle tickets. Now, there was a bit of confusion, but you do have to be online when I draw the raffle and let me know in the comments that it's your ticket. If the people who I draw are not online and don't respond, then we'll just draw the ticket again. So you do have to be online when I draw the raffle for you to win the prizes. So that's the payoff, a little bit of your time whilst I chat away in this virtual salon that we have going on. So also at the end, she's sat ready and waiting. I can see her in the bottom of my screen. I can wave at her and she can wave at me, but you can't see her yet. Is the amazing superstar personal trainer, Sarah Hallworth. So she's a very good personal friend of mine. She's also a client of the salons, but I also know that she's a personal trainer for quite a few clients as well. And she gets amazing results. She works in a very different manner. She is just this positive beam of positive energy whenever you talk to her. And so the 2 of us have been kind of geeing each other along during the lockdown. It's kind of weird. It looks like she's talking to you because I'm hiding behind her. like doing kind of like one of those, a photo bomb. so it looks like I'm doing a photo bomb. So so she's going to be joining us at the end. So if you have any questions for Sarah as well, then feel free to pop those into the bottom of into the question thing towards the ends, and we're both going to be here. And she's going to answer some of your questions, and we're going to have a chat. I think she's going to tell us about her hair journey. Are you going to tell us about your hair journey as well? Yes, she's nodding. She's saying yes, she's going to tell us about her hair journey. Okay, so, and also just to let you know in advance, going across the bottom of the screen now, super excited. So there'll be another webinar on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and this one's going to be called Mad About the Boys. So, ladies, lots of you asked last time about men's hair and what to do during the lockdown because it's getting a bit wild. I saw a couple of comments that some people have already cut their husband's hair. Whoa. Okay, so when we open, we'll be there to correct it. But I'm going to do a special feature just on men's hair and some of the myths again about men's hair and some of the things. And men, you know, they quite often don't like to ask questions. They feel embarrassed going into a salon. And kind of really quite nicely on that session, I'm being joined by another special guest, which is an amazing guy called Josh from Josh Box Yoga. He's just super, and kind of it'll all become clear on the evening why I kind of think it's great that he jumps on there. So he's going to talk to everybody, and he's been doing loads of stuff in the lockdown online as well about wellness and kind of keeping kind of mentally fit and kind of how yoga helps in that situation. I'm going to glance at the comments now. So if anybody has any specific questions they would like answering about treatments this evening, if you want to stick them into the comments section now to give me a rough idea on, so that I can kind of make sure that I answer the questions as I go, if that's at all possible. So when it comes to hair treatments, and I think I'll kind of start out and say, let me change that banner across the bottom. I'm going to subject you. It's going to feel like a shopping channel now this evening. Okay, there we go. So now you can have my QVC shopping channel banner across the bottom. So all of the things I'm going to talk about tonight are available in our gift section of our website. So there's some gift boxes and sets coming up, and they start at just £10. And I'll go through delivery and everything at the end, because it's all, I'll explain it all then. So I think when it comes to hair treatments, like one of the things that I'm passionate about as a hairdresser is that kind of the thing that's a priority is the condition of someone's hair. And I touched on it a little bit last time in my webinar when I talked about box colors and how that can take its toll on your hair. And so like for me, condition is always a priority. And I think it's one of those things that people always forget, because we get so obsessed about a color or a cut or something like that, that we kind of forget that how important that we kind of think the condition is. And actually, if you ask yourselves, the first thing that you actually want is really shiny, healthy, you know, great conditioned hair. And the first thing that makes you see somebody's hair and go, oh, her hair is beautiful, is in fact the condition. But we override it all the time because we become so fixated on a color or a trend or those kind of things that quite often we forget that. And I think, you know, when clients come to the salon, they assume that hairdressers kind of are going to give them great healthy hair, and so don't even kind of say, well, actually the priority to me is great condition. And it's one of the things that I ask in consultation all the time. And you know, and I say to people, so, you know, kind of, is the condition not important? And then people look at me like I'm silly because it's just an assumed thing. But I'm sure lots of you have been to salons or been to hairdressers or had color done, and you may have got the color you wanted, but the condition had been so sacrificed that it was then impossible to style. It didn't hold its shape. And every day it became a battle of kind of, you know, like, oh, kind of this treatment, that treatment, this serum, trying to flatten it down, trying to keep it in control. And that's why I'm so passionate about hair being in great condition, and why we do so many treatments at the salon. And it's essential, because if your hair is not in great condition, it won't hold a style. And I would probably say that something like 75% of the issues that people come to the salon with relate to products and condition. You know, kind of probably the cut and the color only takes up 75% really of the outcome of the hair. And 75% is definitely down to the condition and the products that are being used on the hair. And certainly, if hair's not in great condition, it can't hold on to moisture. And this is really, really paramount. Because as much as we blow dry our hair, your hair actually has to have moisture in it to hold the style. And the best analogy I can give you for this is maybe not so much in the beautiful weather that we've had today, but certainly in autumn or in humid conditions. I'm sure that you've all kind of had that nightmare moment where you think, oh my God, I've just straightened my hair, I'm going to go outside, it's damp, it's drizzling, it's spitting, and my hair's going to go wild. And that's because what your hair's actually trying to do is to draw in the moisture that you've taken out of it. Now, particularly with straightening irons, you see people all the time straightening their hair and having the irons on the highest temperature they possibly can. And, you know, like when you're using irons on your hair, you should not see any evaporation, because if you see evaporation coming off your hair, so any of that steam or smoke, or if a hairdresser's ever gone, oh, it's just the products, okay, that's not the products, that is the moisture leaving your hair. And what the hair will do is try and replace that from anywhere. So if you go into a damp environment, it will just suck it straight in. It's like a sponge, okay, it will seek out that moisture from anywhere. Now, for your hair to be able to lock the moisture in, it kind of has to have two things. So the first part is the internal structure of the hair. Now, your hair is made up of 19 amino acids and proteins, and these all form the internal structure of your hair. And so inside your hair is something that we call amorphous keratin. It's not really important that you remember that, but it makes me sound like I'm really clever when I say amorphous keratin. Okay, but basically it's cement. So the easiest way to think of it is the amorphous keratin in the inside of your hair is the cement that holds the hair together. And this is the building block. Now, when you color your hair and you heat style it, you remove the cement from in between the bricks. And we all know that if you have a house and you don't have any cement between the bricks, it doesn't take much to knock the house down. So the internal part of the hair contains this amorphous keratin, which is protein rich. And this protein rich bit is essential for trapping the moisture and giving the hair its elasticity and its strength. Now, the second part is your cuticle, the outside layer. And this is like lots of fish scales, he says, doing the camera challenge again. So, and basically it sits like fish scales, all interlocking over the surface of your hair. And this is the point where the moisture is trapped in the hair. So there are two key elements when it comes to treating your hair. The one is that if the hair is weak and brittle, then we need to replace the protein. And we need to put some of that intercellular cement, that amorphous keratin, that cement, back into the center of the hair. And so for this, we would use a protein-rich treatment. And hopefully in a minute, you'll get where I'm going with all this, because it's probably like, you're like, oh my God, I'm not training to be a hairdresser, you're baffling me with science. But it kind of makes sense when I come to explain some of the home remedies. And then the next thing is the outside of the hair is where actually the moisture's locked. And what actually happens is in between those cuticle layers, we trap a very fine layer of moisture, and that holds the cuticle shut nice and tight. And that's how you hold your style. So when hair is frizzy, unmanageable, dry, coarse, it tends to lack moisture. And if you like, the cuticle needs the moisture to lubricate it, to enable it to open and close and sit down. So inside your hair, you need protein to give it lots of strength and cement. And on the outside, you need lots of moisture to lubricate and hold that cuticle so that it can flex and then ultimately give you super shiny hair. So you kind of get all the time, like, you know, one of the things is oils. Okay, so olive oil, coconut oil, etc. as a home remedy. So if you take what I've just been explaining to you, then yes, they do work in some certain degree, because they contain a protein. Okay, they also contain fatty acids, and those fatty acids can actually fill in. We have them in hairdressing products, but they can be used to fill in the gaps where the intercellular cement's been removed. Okay, so yes, they do work, and they also help trap, because they're an oil, they help trap moisture in the hair. Oil and water don't mix, so they do. Okay, now eggs is another one. So eggs, you hear about people talking about beating up. So no, I'm not going to do no. So you hear about people beating up eggs and putting them on. And the same again, eggs contain a lot of protein. And so this protein can sit in the center of the hair and fill out the hair. And obviously, the final one that I put on my thing, which I think are probably the biggest ones, in case, unless anybody else has kind of any other ones that they want me to kind of blow the mysteries away on, but mayonnaise. And obviously the reason that mayonnaise would work is, like, it's no real shock, is it? But mayonnaise is actually just eggs and oil mixed together. I've got the whole camera thing. So eggs and oil mixed together. So that would be the theory behind mayonnaise. Now, I'm not saying that they don't work, but the problem with using these is, I don't know whether you've tried to sit there with coconut oil on your hair, but it's really not very nice. And obviously coconut oil is produced not to be used on hair. There's a question in a minute about argan oil. I'm going to come back to that and explain those different ones. I am keeping an eye on the questions as I go. So obviously when we come to use these products in hair products, you imagine that, like, how thin and narrow your hair is. So it comes down to the size of the molecule being really important. So in fact, in a lot of the products that we use, we actually do use these oils. So they are in there. There are a lot of olive oil based hair products. There are a lot of coconut oil based products. In fact, coconut oil is used in most sulfate free shampoos to act as the detergent. So all of these products are in there. But the fact of the matter is that these have been specifically engineered to give you a better performance. So, kind of, if you were putting coconut oil in, and I think interestingly, I went to buy coconut oil the other day. Like, how expensive is coconut oil these days? Like, it's like leapt in price. I remember when it used to be this cheap thing in the health food shop that nobody paid attention to. But like now it's become super, super expensive. So I kind of think it's a bit of a false economy, because it's not very cheap, and you're going to have to use a lot of it to get a result. And again, it's not going to be overly comfortable to use. The size of the molecule is not going to absorb into your hair really easily. So the theory is that we use those all in our products. So I'm going to skirt through these questions quickly. I just saw one. There we go. By the power invested in me, Sally Ann, who had a lovely delivery today from House of Brooks store. What about argan oil? So argan oil does work. Argan oil is really, really effective, but again, it comes down to the purity of that oil. So one of the products I'm going to show you this evening that we do, and is in one of the packages, is actually argan oil based. Now, one of the reasons that argan oil became so popular is it's down to the size of the molecule. So, and in fact, like you hear like argan oil, Moroccan oil. Moroccan oil is, in fact, argan oil, but Moroccan oil is a trademark. Now, what Moroccan oil did is they actually processed it and made it medical grade. So, in fact, they reduced the size of the molecule down so much that it was much more readily absorbed into the hair. So, when you start paying for these treatments, that's what you're paying for, is you're paying for the processing, which is then the purity and, if you like, the level of the grade. So it's very high grade product. So obviously the coconut oil that is in your shampoo and your conditioning product is processed and refined and reduced down so that it can easily be absorbed into the hair, so that you need less of it and it's a higher concentrate and you get a much better benefit. So the thing that I would say about argan oil, it's amazing. And a lot of people, if they've ever been to Morocco, come back and they say they've bought argan oil. And oh my God, and they're like, nothing else is like it. And it's probably true, because what you've bought is pure argan oil. What you have to be very careful of in the United Kingdom, again, it goes back to labeling, which I was talking about in color last time, is you don't have to have like pure argan oil in the product to call it argan oil. So again, this whole thing that we have about professional in the salon, when I discuss it with people, it is down to the quality of the product and the process it's been put through. And you basically pay for what you get. So when you go to Morocco and you're buying argan oil just off a street market, you're buying pure argan oil, which is why it's probably better than anything you'll buy on the high street here. But there are certain argan oil products on the market where if you actually looked at the label, the percentage of argan oil is probably 2%. The rest of it is silicones and all sorts of other things. I hope that answers your question. I saw another one. Aha. Joe. Lovely, lovely Joe. Thinning hair. Thinning hair, it depends on, there's all sorts of different reasons hair can be thinning. Male thinning hair is a different issue altogether to female. If it's male, then I'm going to discuss that in the webinar on Wednesday about male thinning hair and the major causes and what you can do to avoid it. One of the biggest things for hair health is diet, and I know that Sarah will touch on that later on. But when hair starts to thin, if it's thinning globally, as in like all over, and you just generally feel like you're getting lots of hair coming out, try not to stress. That's the first thing. So this can happen seasonally. So it quite often happens at this time of year and also again in the autumn, because it's still linked into our circadian rhythm from when we lived in caves and our hair thickened up and all of those things. So that's that one. I would say in 99% of cases in the salon where people tell me that they're concerned because they've suddenly started having a lot of hair loss, I would say that it's probably more down to anemia. So one of the key indicators for anemia, so low blood iron, is actually thinning hair. So if you have prolonged thinning hair and it's not patches, if you have patches of thinning hair, and you see it in a set area, then that is, in fact, that's probably alopecia, and that's something very, very different. But if it's just generally lots of hair thinning, that can quite often be anemia. So I always say to people, go and get your blood checked. And other than that, which is why if you look at a lot of the packets of hair and nail formula tablets in health food shops, they're things like kelp, and they're very much iron and vitamin B based, which would be all things that obviously make your blood rich in hemoglobin, which is your iron level. So certainly with 99% of females, I would say that if it's doing that, then don't panic. If it goes on for 4 weeks and it's more than normal, then I would certainly recommend going to the GP. Possibly not at the moment, it's quite a challenge. But going to the GP and just getting your iron level checked or taking an iron supplement. I hope that answers that one. Scroll back through, see if I missed any other questions. Okay, Tansy Spencer. Is there a treatment you could use for split ends? Do you want the good news or the bad news? So the good news is there is a treatment for split ends. It's called a haircut, Tansy. Okay, so the only thing you can do when you get split ends really is to cut them off. And it's really important you do this. We see this a lot of time in salon with clients with long hair. Now, I appreciate fully that lots of people with long hair are scissor phobic because they've been to a scissor happy hairdresser. So this is about building a relationship where you trust your hairdresser. So I'm not a scissor happy hairdresser. And most of the time I will take off the minimal. And in fact, tell people if they want more off, they could come back again in a few weeks and I'll kind of do it then and cut it off. I can always cut more off. I can't stick it back on. The problem with a split end, and you see this all the time, people growing their hair, oh, I haven't had it cut for 12 months, but it doesn't seem to grow. And I'm like, well, and quite often if these are color clients, you're like, well, I've done your roots like 6 times this year. And each time I've done a centimetre. So it's grown 6 centimetres at least. And if it hasn't grown 6 centimetres down here, then it's only coming off in one place. And that's the ends. And if I haven't cut it, then the only thing that can be happening is the split ends are coming off. And what happens with a split end is it will ride to the strongest part of the hair, which is usually halfway up. So you also see these people as well have like a halo when they blow dry around here, which is where the split ends have ridden up and broken off round about here. And it's usually exacerbated by people tying their hair up tight in a rubber band because that snaps it off. We do have a treatment that helps with split ends. So it's called Head Mistress Cuticle Sealer. And what that will do is it will strengthen and seal the ends. But once you've got a split end, you need to take it off. And the best way to prevent that, if you've got long hair, is to have what I call a millimeter trim with your hairstylist about every 12 weeks. And if you're growing your hair, if you do that every 12 weeks, it will very soon get longer because the split ends won't break off. So the length that's coming out, you won't lose. I hope that answers that question. Oh, I'm going to put this on the screen. What would you recommend for your coloured hair? So I've given it away now. That's my model. So like I didn't plant her in the room. What would I recommend for your coloured hair? I'd recommend everything that I normally give you. So Claire maintains her colour. If you haven't seen her lately, she is my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful model, and she's so amazing. Like, she's so amazing to work with. So if you haven't seen at the moment, she's on the website and she's in black and white. And she hated me because I made her do that whole shoot with no makeup. So because it was about authenticity and authentic beauty. So those images that are black and white, and the picture there that Claire's got as her profile is the one that I came top 10 in the UK with. So with Claire's hair, what we do is at the moment, she's actually got it's purple lilac. It's probably washed out and got a bit blue maybe. But we normally maintain hers. So at the moment, you're using the Authentic Beauty Concept repairing shampoo and mask, and then intermittently Claire uses a colour conditioner on her hair. I hope you were asking that to help me and not because you feel like I've abandoned you. I feel a bit bad. I hope that was a planted question. Okay, Chris, hi there. Is there anything at home that works on dry scalp dandruff? Yes, there is. The treatment I'm going to go through this evening is just for you. So I'll talk about that when I get onto that one. Alexander Harvey, what's the best thing to use on hair if you're running low on a good shampoo, trying to use as little as possible? I would say, Alex, the best thing to do is to just not shampoo as often, or even use a dry shampoo to stretch it out. I know it's difficult. I think the problem is that and I would say that there is still a difference on the high street. So if people are asking me, there is definitely a difference on the high street in price. The more you pay for a product, the better quality the product you're getting in most cases. I would probably go for something that is sulfate free, as natural as possible, any of those things. But you know, as much as I'd love to say there's a really cheap alternative that's as good as a professional shampoo, there isn't, for the same reasons that I was explaining before. It comes down to quality of ingredients. What I would say is avoid the very, very bottom end, because those ones are usually very, very high detergent and very, very high silicone. They put the detergent in because it lathers lots, and everybody thinks that, you know, when it foams lots, it must mean it's a really good shampoo. It's actually a sign of a sign of a poorer quality shampoo, a shampoo that over lathers, because it's telling you that there's lots of detergent in there in the same way that Fairy Liquid would. And then the other thing is they put silicone in because the silicone coats the outside of the hair and it gives the illusion of the hair feeling conditioned. But this will build up over time. If it's a professional shampoo, which I think it is that you've got, Alex, you can even put water in it. So if you've got shampoo left in the bottle, just dilute it down with water. They're that concentrated that you could probably put as much water into your bottle as you've got shampoo again, and it would make very little difference. So, and obviously, like, there you go, as a top tip for making your shampoo last longer anyway. I think if I scroll up, oh my God, question. I think that was most of the questions at the top there. Oh, I just saw one there. Ah, the lovely Hannah. Can I play with my hair color conditioners? Yes, you can, Han. Like, there's no problem. So, Hannah, you will maybe have seen. She's one of a client comes to me from Brighton. I just might be sharing all that information with her. She's amazing. She's usually the client. One of my clients has got really bright hair. Han manages her hair in between appointments with the bespoke made-up color conditioner that we do, and has several of them. Han, you can have a play around and intermix, and whatever you do, it will just wash out. And obviously, you know that if it's a color that you don't like, then it's no problem for us to fix it. But if you are intermixing them, just again think about your color wheel. So obviously, yellow and blue is going to make green. Red and yellow is going to make orange, that kind of thing. So those color conditions that you've got, just use your color wheel and knock yourself out, babe. Okay. I think that is all of the questions. If I didn't answer your question, just repost it again now. And if you want me to clarify anything, then repost it now. So I was saying before as well about the going across the bottom of the screen there is, let me go to comments, let me remove that one. There we go. So if you haven't yet been to the new online store, then please do go www.houseofbrooks.store. Again, if anybody, like I've touched on anything this evening, you'd like a personal consultation, then you can book a consultation with my online stylist there as well. So, and you can have a video consultation in the virtual salon on a one-to-one basis. If there's a question that kind of you don't want shared in the Facebook page, I understand that. But then all of the gift packs that I'm going to go through and the treatments that I'm going to go through this evening are available on there. So the first one is they all come boxed up, and if you have been looking on they're very beautiful, and I'm going to share this now as well, because this week, there we go. So if you haven't seen them this week, I've been busy out delivering. Here are all the lovely Facebook posts from the people that have had lovely packages. So I'm really, really pleased with the packaging. It was something that I was designing last year. So hopefully the store's tagline is online shopping as it should be. At the moment, it takes 4 days to get a delivery from Amazon. You can order from the House of Brooks store. It's there the next day locally, just saying, delivering quicker than Amazon at the moment. So, and Amazon don't package it as beautifully as this. It's okay. So let's take that one out of the way. We just have me now for a minute, if you can bear that. Okay. So like I was saying, when we do a treatment on the hair, I'm going to go through now how to carry out a treatment effectively at home. So, and it kind of sounds, and it probably sounds like, how can you go wrong with the treatment? But there are some really easy kind of step-by-steps. So in the £10 treatment box that you can buy is everything in there that you need to do a treatment. So the first thing that's in there is this lovely Normal Person's deep cleansing shampoo. So the other thing that gets in the way is that environmental stuff builds up, so it dulls color. So that kind of thing when people come to the salon and say, like, oh my God, it looks like you've colored my hair. It looks like it's lighter. What is that? It's because the first shampoo that we do in salon normally is what we call a deep cleansing shampoo. And that removes environmental buildup, impurities, anything that's laying on the hair. And your hair does build up a film of environmental stuff in between visits. So when you come to us, we use a shampoo that removes that off. So when you're doing a treatment, it's really good practice to do this. So the treatment packages have this Normal Person's shampoo in it. So what you're going to do is wet your hair through thoroughly, shampoo your hair with the Normal Person's shampoo. There's enough in here probably to do 4 shampoos. So rinse the first shampoo, and then you're going to do another shampoo with the Normal Person's. Don't panic. There is a little step-by-step instruction manual coming in the box with it as well. So there's a little instruction, step-by-step instruction in the box that tells you how to do your treatment at home. With the second shampoo, you're going to leave that on for about 5 to 10 minutes. And the reason you're going to do that is that what that will do is open up that cuticle layer a little bit, okay, because this shampoo is deep cleansing. And then that will mean that when we do the treatment, there's plenty of time for there's plenty of space for the treatment to be absorbed. Then when you've rinsed that, you're going to apply this one here is your moisture one. So if you think your hair's frizzy, dry, the split ends, those kind of things, you're going to use the moisture mask, and you're going to apply that through your hair. I would say there, if you've got long hair, I would go for the whole tube. If you've got shorter hair, just half the tube. And then you're going to put that through the mid-lengths and ends, comb it through, and then you're going to pop on the rather lovely plastic cap that comes in the box. Okay, and the reason for this is the heat from your head will help the treatment penetrate further into the hair. Now, this is a great time to sit in the bath, watch the TV, okay, those kind of things. If you sit in the bath, the steam and the heat will obviously help the treatment penetrate even more. Now, I would say leave it on for a minimum of 15 minutes. The longer you leave it on, the better. And in fact, some people, I recommend you can leave it overnight. So if you actually leave it overnight, wrap your hair, put the plastic cap on, wrap your hair in a towel, go to bed and sleep, what you'll find in the morning is most of the treatment's disappeared and absorbed into the hair, and then just rinse your hair. Once you finish doing it, so 15 minutes or overnight, you're going to rinse your hair, and then it's really important that what you're going to do afterwards is it in the box as well, don't get them mixed up, is the therapist conditioner. And so because this is a penetrating mask, the cuticle won't have closed down. So it's really important now that you lock that treatment in. So you're just going to go through your therapist conditioner through the mid-lengths and ends and comb the hair, and then rinse that out and you're good to go. So in the mini treatment boxes, which contains your 4 tubes of mini or your 3 tubes of mini, you can either do the repairing. So if your hair's brittle, really bleached, and it's breaking, then you would want to do the repairing treatment and pick the main attention repairing treatment on the website. Or if you're looking for moisture, it's frizzy, unmanageable, then you're going to pick the Great Hydrator, the moisture one. Then that's the mini one, which is £10. And then we also have, in case you want to kind of stay tip top, so the mini one's £10, it would normally be 15. And then this is the full size treatment. So this is the Great Hydrator, this is the moisture one, this is the protein one, main attention. So if you want to carry on doing the treatments afterwards and use it regularly, then also on the website for £20 is the box. It still has your normal person shampoo in. It still has the conditioner for afterwards, but instead it has a full-size tube of treatment. Now, somebody asked about dry scalp. So what you would want to do is order the Great Hydrator one, the moisture one. Now, instead of applying it, instead of doing your normal person shampoo before you shampoo, what you're going to do is actually on dirty hair is pop the tube open or the little tube here, and you're going to squeeze it and run it through your scalp, okay, all the way through. And then you're going to give yourself a nice little scalp massage and rub the Great Hydrator treatment really thoroughly into the scalp. Now, here we go. I'm going to do the hair thing again now, where I can't do my hair because it's like swatting a fly. So this treatment here, the person that asked about argan oil, has the argan oil in it. So this is an argan oil based treatment. So that person that was asking about the dry, itchy, flaky scalp, this is the one for you. Leave it on for 15 minutes at least, and then shampoo your hair with the normal person's shampoo afterwards and condition with the therapist conditioner afterwards. Your scalp will tingle and feel amazing and feel like there's oxygen getting to it, and it will be completely flake free. It's an amazing, amazing treatment. So that's the sales pitch done. If anybody has any other questions, these are all available on the website. You just have to go to www.houseofbrooks.store/gifts. If you do want them delivering tomorrow, that is perfectly possible. So if you want an Easter treat tomorrow night in the bath, the Oway gift set is on there as well. And obviously we'll try and get the prizes to the people that win this and the raffle we'll try and get those out tomorrow as well. Somebody's just asked about aging hair. Again, it was one of the things I touched on in the colour thing about the most aging thing about hair is poor condition, not colour. And so aging hair does need to be treated a bit more. So quite often as your body reduces down, it reduces its ability to keep that moisture in. So I would say that with aging hair, you just specifically want to make sure that you're doing a treatment regularly to top it up. Anyway, that's enough from me. You're bored of listening to me. You don't have to be polite. I know that you won't be anyway. So let's bring along my very good friend, Sarah. I've got a little overlay for Sarah. Where is it? There we go, that one. And let's see. Oh, very good. She's there. Hello.
Hi. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Look at you. So at Christmas, Sarah dropped us all off Rudolph glasses and all sorts and insisted that we wear them. So Sarah, I know you're kind of like, we talk about your hair journey and kind of, I think you've been a best example about that condition. And I actually use Sarah as an example quite a lot when I talk to people. I know she won't mind me telling you, but when she turned up for a consultation at the salon with Chris, she had really over-processed hair. And she felt that she wanted a colour because the colour was going to make it better. And I think she was quite shocked when I just turned around and went, no. And then Sarah entered into like a whole hair goals thing where we did a load of treatments. You used Olaplex a lot, which is an in-salon treatment. Didn't talk about that tonight because we can't do it at the moment. And then got you to your hair goal. And then interestingly today, on cue, you posted a picture of how much you're loving your COVID lockdown hair that hasn't been to the salon. For someone that goes for a weekly blow dry recently and has it all done, like, it was quite entertaining. So I've obviously been really busy doing this. I know that you've been really, really busy. So I'll hand over to you to talk about kind of some of the things that you're doing to help people stay active, because I know you've been on my case as I sit behind the desk.
Cool. Well, what I wanted to do, because when you were talking about box dye in the last one, I don't know if everybody can see it, and I'm really hoping, maybe not, but I might have to. I knew this wouldn't work. Look, terrible technology. See, I'm nowhere near as good as Jodie. Pictures on my phone are of a burnt scalp, which was a really, really bad scenario with another stylist who apparently knew what she was doing. I'm going to send those photos to Jodie, but as living proof, I got my old phone and I'll try again, but it probably won't work. Oh, look, a little bit. But the scalp was seriously burnt. And this was just down to somebody claiming they knew what they were doing. So even when you are in what you think is the safest hands, it's not always the case. Yes, accidents do happen, but there are chemical reactions. And Jodie's been fantastic tonight talking about the importance of nutrition on your hair. And I could speak for hours and hours about the importance of what you put into your body, because that's just equally important. And if you weren't doing it already prior to, this lockdown and grounded time, now's the time to really be thinking about what you're putting in that body. Remember, 80% of your body infrastructure is nutrition. The 20% is exercise. And that's why we've come up with a fantastic COVID-19 fitness program to keep you all active. And just as I speak, she runs into the room and she presents herself as the little bee that's no doubt starving because we've been cooking food. Somebody say food. So yeah, it's just about getting those percentages right. So 80% is nutrition, 20% is your exercise.
If you have any questions for Sarah, then pop them in the comments now with the question thing. I know one of the things that we spoke about, like going right the way back, which is 3 weeks ago now. I can't believe it's 3 weeks. Can you?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we've both been so busy that I think we went a whole week without, like, we were very much talking to each other every day, and then all of a sudden we both disappeared off into this world of work and then didn't speak. But I remember one of the things that we talked about is accountability.
Yes.
And so, like, I was like, your COVID thing, I think I can pop it up on the screen. It'll cover both of us, but this is obviously your COVID survival thing that you're offering. So, which I think is really great. So £15 a month, 5 new clips every week, or a £5 one-off package. And obviously that whole thing about accountability. And I know that you've been like WhatsApping your clients. So nothing's stopped for you, really. You're just not doing it face to face.
No. And we're just coming up with a formula that we just, will potentially appeal to the masses. I've been in the industry many years, and I can't stand fitness DVDs because they're all ultra fit, and
Jane Fonda. You can't beat a bit of Jane Fonda.
And you can't beat Mr. Motivator that used to appear on Good Morning, and
he's back this week. Have you not seen Mr. Motivator? He's been
because I've turned the telly off, the radio, and we are just doing this whole groundhog thing positively. But no, I hate those DVD videos that they're ultra fit and they move really quickly and they do too much talking. The other flip side is that the internet is really massive for lots of different clips, and the minute you type something in to a Google engine, you then find other things that you weren't looking for, and then you get really sidetracked, and then you get told.
There's a question here for you, which I think is really pertinent. How do you exercise when you can't get out and are home educating? Now, I know, because I've seen on your Facebook this week, that your clients have been posting how hot and sweaty they are from your videos and stuff. So, like, that whole thing is kind of off you go. Like, how do you do that? Because I've seen it this week.
So, Carla, it's a really great question, because this is the reason why I've gone into sending the clips in a WhatsApp format. So the exercise clips are maximum 5-6 minutes long, and it means that you can work out whenever suits you. So it isn't about tuning into me when it suits me and when it's live and it's great for me. It means that you can do 5 or 6 minutes. It's what's called a cardio blast out. So in those 5 to 6 minutes, you're getting that heart rate up. You're going to get into a sweat. Ultimately, I'm not physically there with you, but I'm there spiritually. So some clients, it's just about sometimes hearing that voice. They just need that motivation. They just need to switch it on, get switched on. So even if they do 5 or 6 minutes, that's great. They've done 6 minutes. They've sweated. They've got that heart rate up. Or they could just do all 5 clips in one big hit. But while you're home doing the home ed thing, just like me, get the kids involved. Get the husband involved. Get him hurting. Make sure that he can't walk the next day. That's what that's what the clips do. They get you hurting, but in a good way. And obviously, when we talk about the hurting, don't injure yourself. Again, like Jodie said, don't take yourself to A&E. We can't put any more pressure on the NHS that's already there. But when you're doing my workouts, obviously the body will hurt because you're going to feel that little bit of burn. But like I say in my introduction tips, I can't feel your pain. So you should know the difference between an injury pain and a pain which is kind of like, oh, this is making me work a bit. So it's just about being sensible. And that's the whole thing about working out at home right now. Just be sensible.
So if you do have any questions, I know Sarah, you've got up in the stream there, but it's to just message Sarah Lee Hallworth and you'll talk people through, because I know that you're still taking on people with the COVID-19 and doing the home thing and just doing it remotely. And if you are struggling, then I just urge you to, because she's amazing. Like, she just has the most positive, like, outlook. She has that smile and that energy every time you speak to her. There are occasions where you think, oh, really? But
Go
like,
away, go away.
Insanely like energetic person. But yeah, please do. Right, we better do the raffle.
Jodie, can I just jump in there as well? It's not just the COVID-19 package is also for the singletons, but we've devised a package for family fitness. So the whole family can work out together. So honestly, what I'd advise you to do is give it a go. Some people like my style, some people don't. I could be a little bit like Marmite. But though Jodie and I are not business people that do the spray and pray, in these turbulent times, it's a little bit like we throw it out there. We got to see how people take it, and we take it from there. But we've got to be visible. And yeah, that's, you know, but yeah.
Awesome. So, people, raffle tickets at the ready. So, you like literally need to have your raffle tickets at the ready. I have the numbers here. So, we're going to draw them in order of the prizes. Shall I just stick them there? I'll stick it there. Oh, look, you can't see me. It's just you now. So, raffle tickets at the ready.
Time for Easter.
So, I'm going to like hold it up here and pick one. Okay, by the wonders of technology, I've never done a virtual raffle before. Okay, so if you're online and you are ticket number, oh, I've got the whole camera thing going on again. Down, there we go. Oh, you can't see it, can you? 13, ticket number 13. Oh, there we go. If you're number 13, post your comment quickly. Time ticking. You've won the Oway Detox. This is beautiful. So this would normally be £55. If you want one, it's this one down in the bottom corner here, the fabulous oil. It's only £30 at the moment, and you can have it delivered tomorrow.
Ooh.
Okay, Ooh. You've missed your opportunity. Oh, no, Juliet Dow got in there. So, Juliet, congratulations. I will make sure that I've got your address. I'll email you afterwards, and I'll arrange to get that dropped round to you. So, for second prize, which is you can either have Great Hydrator or the protein spray. Ticket number 17. 17, if you're online, number 17. Number 17. It's kind of a bit weird. So, like, mind you, I suppose it's no different. I wonder if this is quicker. You know, when you do a raffle and then like everybody's like calls it 5 times, and then they go to draw it again, and then it's always like somebody at the back was ordering a round of drinks.
Yeah, 1 and 7. There's
1, 7, 17. You've got there. Okay. How long should we give them? 1, 7, 17. No, gonna redraw. Too late. Time's ticking.
I don't even know where my number is.
I knew you'd be that organised.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, number 1. Who was number 1? First person to get in there. Ticket number 1.
Oh. No.
No. Ticket number 1. Oh, no, number 1. This could go on a long time. I'm going to do it like, I'm not going to give people as much time now. Ah, Alexandra Harvey. Well done. So, I will check. I think, Alexandra, you probably want the hydrating one. So I will organise that. I'll email you in a moment. So the final prize is ticket number 44. Ticket number.
Oh, I was 47.
44.
Oh, who beat me?
I don't know. 44. I feel like I'm at a boating lake calling people in. Number 44. I'm going to pop that up. I've blocked you out now.
Awesome.
Okay, that's obviously about Wednesday's webinar, Mad About the Boy, which will be everything about men's hair. If you want me to cover specific questions, then message them into me or email me in advance. And Josh will be joining me, the lovely Josh, whose story is amazing. If you get a chance this week, go and visit him on Facebook, his Facebook page, which is Josh Box Yoga. Read his personal bio. It's so beautiful. That's all I can say, really. Jill Dearman believes it's her. So, Jill, I will email you, and that's on its way to you.
Well done, Jill.
Well done, Jill. So that's all of those done. Let me get rid of that one now. So that's Josh coming along. What else do I need to tell people? I've lost the plot. I've done that one. I've done that one. Let's get rid of that. And just that, if you want to, what's the quickest way to grow hair? Julie Harris, it is healthy diet, get it cut regularly, and treat it with loads and loads of really good professional products, and keep it in tip-top condition. Jill, I'm sure you're 44. I'll check. No one else has claimed it, so it's yours, Jill.
Well done, Jill.
Well done, Jill. Thank you, everybody, again for joining in. Thank you, Sarah, for joining me.
Thank you.
Don't forget, you can order all of the Easter gifts on the website. We will be delivering them out tomorrow. I know a couple of orders have come in while I've been online. They are limited, though. So the £10 gift set, treat yourself. You're staying home. What else have you got to do? Like do a nice little hair treatment tomorrow night, Easter Sunday. And Sarah would validate hair treatments over Easter eggs because Easter eggs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Easter bunny or no Easter bunny. So obviously the store's open 24 hours a day. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's amazing that you all tune in and listen to me and rabbit on for an hour today. Oh my God, an hour. Where did that hour go? And I will see you all on Wednesday at 7 o'clock for the men's hair one. Kirsty Selena Jones, you asked for that, so I'm expecting some questions in advance from you, please, if you're still online, because you specifically asked me about that one.
No pressure, Kirsty.
No pressure, Kirsty.
No pressure.
Much love to everybody. Love to Sarah. Remember,
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Please do stay home, stay safe, protect the NHS, and save lives. And I look forward to seeing you in my virtual salon again on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thanks, Jodie. Bye, everyone. Bye.